The New York Yankees have made a sneaky trade acquiring pitching prospect Michael Arias in exchange for cash considerations, and this has serious implications for the Yankees, as this is a guy in Arias who pitching coach Matt Blake is going to relish in trying to make into a dangerous reliever, and it can definitely be done, and we're going to break it down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. And guys, real quick before we get into the video, we are trying to get to 7.5K subscribers before the MLB regular season begins. 17% of people watching this are subscribed now. Let's try to get those numbers up. Let's try to hit our goal. If you guys are enjoying the channel, please subscribe and leave a comment down below on this video if you think Michael Arias can become a dangerous pitcher for the New York Yankees down the line. However, we're here to talk about baseball, so let's jump into this. The New York Yankees acquired pitching prospect Michael Arias in exchange for cash, as revealed by the New York Yankees last night. Now, as the Yankees mentioned that they acquired minor league right-handed pitcher Michael Arias from the Chicago Cubs in exchange for cash considerations, this is a move where the Yankees literally cannot lose. This was a straight-up win for the Yankees, and basically it's a no-risk situation with quite a high reward, as Arias does have some good stuff going for him. As mentioned by Fansided, the Chicago Cubs in a stunning move DFA'd their number 18 prospect in Arias to make room for Colin Rea. Seeing the opportunity, Cashman pounced, sending money to the Cubs, bringing back a potential star reliever. Arias is now the Yankees' number 29 prospect. So this isn't just some random guy right here in Arias. This is someone who will have a big impact on the Yankees if things work out correctly. And there's a good chance that they do. Arias does have a lot going for him as a pitcher, which is interesting considering that he was initially signed. He's an international prospect who was signed by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2018, 2019, right before the pandemic season. And, well, he was signed as a shortstop. He got converted to a pitcher, and that man has straight-up fireball pitching. The man throws absolute heat. The New York Yankees could use one of those. Every team could always use one of those. And the New York Yankees, who were in need of one, were able to get it down and get a guy in Arias who could have massive, or who does have massive upside. It's just a matter of Arias hitting that upside. When you can throw heat the way that Arias can, it's just a matter of if they can figure it out. The Cubs decided to move away from trying to figure out if Arias could become a big-time reliever for them. However, the New York Yankees, they feel differently. They think that Arias certainly can, and Brian Cashman he just had a huge win right here. Cashman saw the chance to go get a guy in Arias who was perfect for the team, and he went out and did it. This is a can't-miss situation for the Yankees, because you get a guy you can just have in your system now, and if injuries happen to relief pitchers, which they usually do, the Yankees could bring Arias up, try him out for a few games, and see how he fares against MLB talent this season, while also getting a chance to work with Matt Blake once he's up with the Yankees. He will spend time mainly in the minor leagues this season. The Yankees have the majority of their bullpen figured out. They have one more arm to get. I imagine that's going to be bringing back Tim Hill. On top of that, I still would like the Yankees to find another reliever who pitches from the left side as well. I know they don't have room for one, but they could always make room for one. Also, as I said earlier, injuries do often happen to relief pitchers, so it obviously could happen as well. I think that would be huge for the New York Yankees, but just taking a look at more of this. As Ryan Garcia from Empire Sports Media mentioned, the 23-year-old has an interesting arsenal with a power sinker that sits at 69 miles per hour, and while it doesn't have a lot of vertical or horizontal movement due to the inefficient spin he generates on the pitch, his upside, thanks to an abnormal release point, could make him an effective reliever in the big leagues. A projectable right-hander with command issues has a ton of interesting data points. Could be a fun pickup for the New York Yankees. And on top of that, what allows Arias to stand out are his unique release points with a 5-foot vertical release height and a 2.2-foot horizontal release point. Pitchers with abnormal release points can generate abnormal angles with their pitches, and the Yankees have had tons of success with helping pitchers with wide and low release points, but poor command. Some prominent examples from last season include Luis Gil, who won Rookie of the Year and is looking like the future ace of the New York Yankees, and Jake Cousins. who both played huge roles in their run to the World Series last season. So this is just another chance of the New York Yankees finding a guy who they think they can mold. I mean, Cashman went out and did this for the simple reason of thinking there's a chance Matt Blake can turn this guy into something real, and we'll always take as much bullpen help as we could get. The New York Yankees bullpen last year was not bad by any stretch, but it was below Yankee standards, I think it's fair to say. Look, obviously it was a solid bullpen. They got to the World Series. The bullpen played a big part in that. But last season was the first year where the Yankees didn't have a clear relief pitcher. Now they obviously do in airbender Devin Williams. But you look at the Yankees now, the relief pitching is fine. Obviously Arias doesn't help with the lack of a lefty arm, but it does help when you just look at the New York Yankees, where they are right now, where the bullpen is, and you get a young guy in here who could do some damage. Especially, obviously, the Yankees did make a trade with the Cubs earlier this offseason, acquiring Cody Bellinger in exchange for Cody Poteet. So now the Yankees get to add back another relief pitcher from the Chicago Cubs, who took one of theirs. So it just adds up as just another win for the New York Yankees, because the Cubs wanted to DFA him, well, they did DFA him and then traded him right after. So, I mean, it just feels like a misstep by the Chicago Cubs, who just make strange moves all the time. I mean, I don't think too many people expected them to sign Dansby a few years ago. I definitely didn't think they would trade for Kyle Tucker if they were going to trade Cody Bellinger, because that didn't make any sense to me. You might as well make a good outfield, especially when you're trying to cut spending, and Tucker's a free agent who's going to get massive money next offseason, by the Yankees, of course, and they did it anyway. The Chicago Cubs are a weird team. They make weird decisions, and the New York Yankees, they've made their fair share of weird decisions in the past as well, but it's nothing compared to the Cubs, who just cannot stop making weird choices that feels like they're picking things out of a hat. And the Yankees saw this chance and absolutely pounced on it. I love this for the New York Yankees. I think this is such a win for the team. Now, taking a look here. Wait for it. There it is. Ryan Garcia also mentioned that last season in AA and AAA, Arias struggled with his command, walking 16.8% of his batters, which resulted in him posting a 4.77 ERA between both levels. Command has been an issue for Arias throughout his time as a professional, walking 135 batters in 182 MLB innings, but perhaps the Yankees could iron out his mechanical deficiencies to help him get more pitches in zone and get some more chases. I mean, look, guys, if that doesn't sound like the Matt Blake special right there, I don't know what does. A pitcher with a weird release point who's got a lot of interesting style to work with, a lot of talent as well. I mean, he could throw a sinker 96.7 miles per hour. That's pretty insane. That's top percentile good. It's just a matter of finding control and figuring out some other pitches for him. He didn't really ever go to a slider or a curveball or anything like that. So we'll see if Matt Blake can instill a slider right into the game. I mean, he's done it before, so we could definitely do it again. Maybe a splitter as well. Matt Blake is truly a demon with this stuff, and I think this is just a move that we could look at in 2 to 3 years and think, damn, the Cubs screwed that one up real bad, and I'm happy they did. Arias has crazy potential. If the Yankees can tap into that, they might have found something great here. Obviously, he'll be great at fielding the ball as well, because he did come in as a shortstop, so it'll be like Max Fried. Just if you could get a ground ball back to him, you know he's going to handle that with ease. But guys, I do want to know what you guys think of this, so leave a comment down below. As I mentioned earlier, do you think this was a good move? Do you think Arias will have a real impact with the New York Yankees down the line? Do you think it could even be this season? Let me know in the comments down below. I got another bullpen video coming for you later today. So if you guys are enjoying, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, like this video. Have a great day, and go Yankees.